Hey yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. This is the tactics of how to take a hit. Some of you may be stuck on the bounce missions, and I know with HE, artillery, and other such things, they can be very difficult. But with given the right tank in the right situation, you just got to kind of pick your battles, right? You're looking for a spot where you can side scrape, go hold down, whatever the strength of the particular tank it is that you're driving. I'm in the Mauschen here. We are on defense, which is helpful because I can go sit in one spot on the map called Karelia. So I am heading over here towards the south, over on the west side of the map, and I'm considering trying to get up the hill because I talk about that a lot. You got to get up the hill to win, but I'm just not going to get there. If I get caught out in that flat right out there in front of me, it's all over. So I spawned over on the right side of the spawn on the south side, and I'm going to take up this position. And I know I'm just trying to get some bounces here. So we're just going to side scrape with the old Mauschen. And see what I've done? I've poked the front of my tank into that rock so they can't get into the lower plate. This tank does have a big weak spot in the form of this hatch right here. The flat part of the turret can be a weak spot, so if you go straight on to any tanks that show up, you can have trouble with that as well. And then of course I've got some bushes to keep me as hidden as possible, and then I've got my buddy, the 122 TM. Nobody's gone up there, so this is looking pretty grim, right? Now, a lot of this kind of mission is going to rely on the enemy team being Muppets, like just about anything. You're going to see what happens here. They eventually get a little frustrated with me, start shooting HE and some other things. What I want to do on this mission is do a lot of damage. I think I needed 3,000 for the mission. It just happened to get a bunch of blocking, and since I had this happen with all this block damage, the total is pretty good. I just wanted to show you guys there. You know, there's really, frankly, not a whole lot to it. There are several spots on different maps, much like this one, where these missions can be done. I'm not going to say easily, but you have a chance at them, because you can force people, if they're going to be Muppets and sit up there and shoot at you all day, to bounce. You can see I've already bounced 320 hit points right there. We have a Progetto 54, we have an IS-3 up there. Their Progetto 66 is pushed into the middle, and you're going to see that we get multiple other guys. Now, the other thing I've done with this position is I've protected myself from artillery to a large extent. I'm probably not going to get artillery unless he drives all the way up the hill and gets to about K1 right there. I may end up getting artilleried from there. And you have to play that one by ear. If you start getting shredded by an artillery sitting up there, you may have to move. Although, frankly, I don't have a lot of places to go. There are city maps where you can do things like this. Go into a place where you know the heavies are going to clog up and get into a position like this, hold down or stick your front of your tank into some rubble or a wall or whatever the case may be, side scrape out and just try to bait these guys into shooting you. Now, I don't want to really get seen. There's a lot of guns left. I don't know how many of them are going to be up there, so we're just going to play this one a little bit by ear. Unfortunately, that is a critical damage. Fantastic. Side of the tank, and I can't even do any damage, but shell dropped down and went into his tracks. Progetto 66 is still causing us issues. We're doing okay up on the other hill right there, and these guys haven't decided to push. So as long as they want to do something like this, I'm going to let them. There we go. So the snap-a-lima ding-dong works, and I get another bounce. And we're already up to 1,200 bounced at this point. Now, I'm not going to do a whole bunch to try to dissuade them from shooting me. I could move around the corner and try to get out of the way, but I want to start tanking these shots. There's one, a heat shell that comes in. Took a track off, but ends up being bounced as well for 1,760. You'll notice that when I'm reloading, I kind of shift my turret. I'll give you an example of it here in a minute. When I'm not ready to shoot, stop it, game. All right. When I'm not ready to shoot, you can see that I've put my turret a little bit forward here just to give a little bit more angle on the side of the turret and not give them the flat plate on the front of it. What people will wait for, especially if they can see you, obviously, is when you turn your turret towards them like this and they're going to start trying to shoot you. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what the hell just happened right there. That was the weirdest. I remember seeing that in the game. We're going to go back because I don't know why my view shifted like that. So we're looking for a shot. Okay, that's good. Get a bounce. I'm going to slow this thing down. You see the IS-3. There's that guy. We're zooming in. Looking for a shot. We come over here. I I guess maybe the Pipper jumped over to the rock by my side. That must have been what it was. Looks like the Pipper shifted over left to glom onto this rock right here. So maybe there's a little bit of unseen rock right there, hitbox, because you can see how it just shifted over. I very clearly put it on him, and then it just went whoop. So that must have been what happened there. Very strange. That surprised me in the game too, because I was aiming right at him, and then it just shifted over, and I ended up missing the shot because it jumped over to the other terrain over there, or the terrain right in front of me. There's another bounce. You can see I just shift my turret over, give him as good an angle as I can, and then when I'm ready to shoot, we'll just go ahead and aim in on there. The Batchat 12T does a smart thing. He comes up and tucks under. Now I'm seen. So now they can just sit here and take shots. The bummer on this part is, and now I need to just kind of start taking these guys on. The bummer on this part is they can now see that little hatch now that I'm spotted the whole time. There we go. The artillery comes in and gets a shot on me. Big time bummer I wasn't able to kill it. So once, yeah, there it is. It is that. It is that. I just saw it again. So that rock right in front of me keeps grabbing the Pipper and shifting it over to it. That is a big old bummer. I'd really like that Batchat 12T to be gone. We're at 4,880 bounced at this point. We've done a good job in the north, and now I'm just anchoring this point in the south. And sometimes that's about the best you can do. You know, with the maps set up the way they are, you got a slow, heavy, super heavy like this. The best you can do is maybe clog up the side you're on. For whatever reason, the mutant has just come in here, so just pop out. Alright, the danger there is, as I shifted, you can see the side of my turret was sticking out. I was very surprised one of them didn't get a shot on it. Might not have been ready or looking or whatever. I need to get there we go, so I need to get the turret forward. Here comes the Progetto 54. We'll just back out on him. Just everyone and their mother wants a piece of me. Look how slow, with me being stunned, getting my silly gun over on that guy. We get a shot on him. He puts a couple on me. And it looks like it might be all over. And then we get saved. The tortoise gets another bounce. Actually looks like a track. It wasn't actually a bounce. And now I've got to do the dance of the sugar plum fairies here to get this thing turned around. So we took a bunch of damage. But we're up to 1987 done. 1,759 assist. 4,880 bounced. And we've taken, what? 1,700 of our 2,300 hit points here. So we'll get back into the position. And it looks like if they're going to win, they're going to have to push from this area. And it looks like the tortoise, I think the tortoise potentially is running the small gun. I don't have enough pen to go through even the lower plate right there. Pretty soon he's going to get that might be the regular, I don't know if that's the top gun or not. I think it's one of the smaller guns. Trying to track the guy. There we go. A little shift, he takes a shot and misses. That works out for me. We'll just push the guy behind us out of the way so we can get another track on him. There we go. A little bit more assist, up to 2,654. And we pretty much got this in hand. Tortoise. Now we're going to try to snipe with this awesome sniping gun on the Mauschen. Nowhere close. Nowhere close. There's an IS-3 over there somewhere too. I think these guys finally kind of got sick of me because I think the IS-3 sells out. I get hit by the IS-3. Don't quite kill him. Like, how did he do that? Oh, there we go. So he went around that corner. I guess. Was it the IS-3 that got me? It was the IS-3. Where on earth? So my spotting point was not far enough back. He clipped me in the back. So he must be sitting right over here, right on my other side. We're actually ammo racked. 5,200 blocked. The IS-3 gets a bounce. I still haven't really noticed that he's there. I didn't realize that there was somebody behind me right there. Trying to deal with this tortoise if we can. Another bounce. He misses. He's trying to snipe a couple pixels on the back of my tank right there. That's funny. I haven't watched this replay yet since I played the game. I did not realize. I'll let you know what happens here in a second. There we go. The IS-3 gets a track. Now we're up to 3,665 assist. That IS-3 is probably hating life. And all of a sudden he comes around behind me and I'm thinking, oops. And my buddies take care of him. Which gets us up to 3,665 assists, 6,460 bounced, 1,987 damage done. and we just kind of anchor this side while the team wins the rest of the battle. It's not the most dynamic gameplay, nor is it terribly exciting, but that is the kind of thing you want to try to do for these block X amount of damage, or twice your hit points, or 3 times, or whatever the case may be. That's only good for twice right there. The combined block damage and assist is pretty high, 1,200 or so. But I think that combined mission actually takes into account hit points taken. So I don't know if it's actually bounced. I believe it's spotted, done, and taken, or something like that. In any event, either one of those, there's a pretty good chunk of damage, assist, all that good stuff in a fight like that. Good news is they didn't send too much HE. I didn't get hit by too many artillery pieces. They weren't able to snipe me very well. Looks like they probably missed that top hatch a lot as they were trying to shoot me there. And I did have to laugh when the IS-3 pretty much was trying to sell out just to get rid of me over here, but I end up living. So I hope that helps you guys a little bit who might be trying to do the blocking missions. One of the nice things about a map like this and this position is there's a long range, which makes the accuracy of trying to snipe weak spots not as good. So that's obviously a help. When you get closer in, maybe you're in a city on Himmelsdorf or something, that hatch is going to be much more in play for the enemy. Also, one thing to think about, it was bad for me because the hatch was on the right side of the turret, so I had to expose it while side scraping. If I was side scraping the other way to the left, then the hatch is covered up by the rock if the rock's over on the right side of the tank. So it's something to kind of look at when you're choosing your position. Sometimes it's just spawn point dependent and you can't help it, but if you see that opportunity to protect the weak spot while you're doing these kind of things, then do so. That will help you out right there. All right, like I said, guys, I hope that helped. That's all I've got for today. Thanks for coming by and supporting the channel, and we will see you.